The Asian Champions League has finally appeared, and we are due to start playing in that competition in September. But before we move into that, and we are very excited about playing in that competition, we have to consolidate our position in the Japanese League. We have a couple of games to play today, and we need to win them both. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Rocking All Over the Globe, Part 20, Club 2, here at Hiroshima in Japan. And as you can see from the table, things are moving along very, very nicely indeed. And just as we were last season at this stage, we are a long way in front at the top of the table. Hiroshima are a very, very good team, it seems. And I'm not sure why they were struggling so badly when we took them over a season or so ago, but we've certainly taken them to the top now. And as you can see, we've played 27 games. We have 72 points. We have a goal difference of 50. It's quite remarkable. And we are top of the pile. We are 14 points clear of our nearest rival, Yokohama. And we are a long, long way ahead of Kawasaki. 21 points ahead of Kawasaki in third. It's pretty much all done and dusted in the league. And a win today will see us making sure that we win the title, I think. I think there will be no way back for Yokohama now if we beat Osaka today and they fail to register a victory. We will be starting off this episode, though, with a trip to Yokohama in the All-Japanese Cup quarter-final, and that is a very, very tough game. We won the cup last year. I don't think we're going to be able to do it this year. I don't think that I've got the squad to do it, and I don't think the game is going to allow me to do it, but we'll give it our best shot away at Yokohama, and then we will follow that game with a game against Osaka in the Japanese League, and hopefully that 3 points will really make sure that we go on and win the title for the second season in a row. But before we go and have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last here, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, why not drop us a like? Why not even subscribe and help the channel to grow? So let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beating Gifu in the All Japan Cup fourth round, and we beat them by 3-0 at home, which has now set us up with the quarter-final against Yokohama today. We then, in the last episode, went away to Yamagata, and we beat them eventually by 5-0, an exceptionally good second half in that game. And then off camera, we went away to FC Tokyo, and we beat them by a 1-0, and then followed a poor result against Nagasaki, who are not playing particularly well this season. We were at home and we only managed a 2-2 draw. But we bounced back with a home victory against Kawasaki, and we beat them by 2-0. And then an away trip to Nagoya ended with a 1-0 narrow victory before we had a 2-1 home victory against Chiba. And so, with all those victories in the Japanese League, we've just kept steamrolling ahead, and we are now, as I said, 14 points clear at the top of the table. And so that brings us to today's games, where we will be playing against Yokohama in the quarterfinal of the All Japan Cup, and we'll follow that with an away trip to Osaka in the league. And hopefully we'll get 2 wins out of 2. But you never know what is going to happen. But what is the greatest news of all is that the Champions League has finally appeared, and all that worry at the start of the season when we couldn't find the competition anywhere is over. And we do have a very interesting group which is going to start, and we will have the first game in the next episode. And if we look at our group that we are in, and we do have a very interesting group, and we will be playing Buriram from Thailand, Bashundara from Bangladesh, and from Vietnam, my old stomping ground where I used to live, Vietel, I believe, from Hanoi, and it will be fantastic to be playing against these teams in our European competition here in Asia. And so we're really looking forward to this competition. I have no idea who the favourites are in that group, but we are going to find out, and hopefully we will qualify. I think we are a good enough team to qualify from that group, and I hope for at least getting to the quarterfinals or so for this season. You never know what is going to happen, but I want us to give a very good account of ourselves. And so we are going to now focus on the 2 games that we have today. Yokohama away in the All Japan Cup quarter-final, and then Osaka in the Japanese League One. And so I'm going to go and get the team ready for the game against Yokohama, and we will be right back just before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today in the Japanese Cup, the quarter-final against Yokohama. This is going to be a very, very tough game. And we will have Nagoshi in goal with Abuland and Fuji, Yokoyama and Shichi at the back. We have Ito, Notsuda and Lee Dongwon in midfield. Tono, Mitsuta and Suzuki will play up front. And it's going to be a very, very interesting game, this. And hopefully we will have the personnel here out on the field today in order to go out and win this game. You will notice some very odd names in the team sheet, which is because the transfer window has closed. And we have brought in a couple of players, which we'll have a look at after this game. And they were not the players that I wanted to bring in, but they are a couple of good players. And so hopefully they'll do good jobs for us and help us in our quest. They are defenders, and we'll take a look at those players later on. One of whom is playing today, Saud Abdulimad. Saud Abdulimad, and hopefully I'm going to learn how to say his name for a start, which will be useful. But it is going to be, I think it is Yokohama who are in the blue. They are starting the stronger, and they do have a corner. And we are, I don't quite know what my defender was doing there, but Nagata has put them ahead, and I'm just losing my mind here slowly. I do not know what happened there. I got so confused about Abdul Hamid. Abdul Hamid is his name, Abdul Hamid. That I forgot to keep an eye on the game, but Nagato has put them ahead. It was very, very poor defending by Shichi, I think, who just went walkabout. And although we've had the most of the chances, but now, in fact, the game has turned. We've had the most of the possession, but it's only just. It's a very close game, in all fairness, but we're just not good enough at the moment. And there's a ball to the far post. We can't win all the competitions all the time. And so at some point, we are going to go out of these competitions. We won the cup last year. Winning it again, probably unlikely. And there's a shot that goes over the crossbar. And no team is going to win all competitions all of the time, and we have to just accept that. We're going to go into the Champions League competition very soon. I want us to focus on that and the title. I'm not really worried about the cups, although I am unhappy about how the team. I want a much better display from them. Tono has been absolutely dreadful today, so we need to tell Tono that's not good enough. And most of the others have played quite well. Our goalkeeper's not had the greatest of game, but I'm going to tell Tono, you've not been good enough. You need to get your act together. We need to do something in terms of getting a result here. I don't think we're going to get it. I think this is probably the end of our cup run for this season. I suspected it might be. But I need to go and make some changes. It's still a very close game and anything could happen. We do have a free kick. I'll wait until this free kick is over. It's going to be Suzuki over the free kick. We don't score from many from free kicks. And there's a chance, though, and it's been put around the post. And Lee Dongwon had a real chance there. It was an open goal, and he missed it. And that tells me it's not going to be our day. But here is Lee Dongwon with the corner. It's headed clear. Comes out to Mitsuta. He's driving forward. Lee Dongwon. He finds Saud. Saud finds Notsuda. Notsuda to Lee Dongwon, but it comes to nothing. I'm going to go and make some changes. And so we have made a few changes, and we have given a debut to Muali, who has also come into the squad after the transfer window. We've also gone attacking now. We have to go attacking. We're going to press them. We're going much further up the pitch. We have to go after them and try and get this goal. It comes out to Kaneko, who's also just come on. And here is Mitsuta. Mitsuta, can he find a space? He can. He's buried it. And we have equalised. And going attacking and pressing them has paid off. It is now Yokohama 1, Hiroshima 1. We are back in the game, and hopefully now we can go on and win it. I'm going to stay attacking. I really feel we need to go after this. It's a one-off game. Mitsuta did absolutely beautifully there, carved out a chance and buried it. Having said that, he was poorly marked in the box. There was nobody on him, and with that kind of space, he's deadly, and he just put it away. And it is now 1-1. Does this mean we are going to go to extra time again and have some very tired players on the pitch? I do have a couple of subs yet left to make. Let's go and make that change. But we'll do it after this free kick. I can see that Mitsuta is tired, but also Yokohama, and it might be better to bring on Sasaki rather than take off Mitsuta at attacking mid. And it is a free kick that goes over the crossbar, and it remains 1-1. Lee Dongguang is also very tired, and if it goes to extra time, he may need to come off. If we can't make another substitution, it is going to go to extra time, is it? Or is it? Yes, it is going to go to extra time. And I need to make some changes for these tired players. And so we have made some changes, and it is going to be Yokohama who are on the ball at the beginning of this extra time period, and the free kick flies over the crossbar again. We've applied some changes to individual players, the ones who are tired, so that they're not running around so much. I think it's possible that we need to apply some team instructions now. We're going to play a lot narrower. We're going to play a lot shorter, and we're going to not regroup, but we will hold our shape, slow the pace down, and do whatever we can we're going to step up more, come off the press a little bit, and do whatever we can to conserve some energy here, as we're not the better team. We don't look the better team at the moment, and we need to conserve energy and just try and stop them playing rather than put huge amounts of pressure on them. But they are going to score, and they have scored. And now I think probably the best idea would be to undo everything that I did and to just carry on pressing them and attacking them, because that is what worked earlier on. And why couldn't you do this in normal time? Why do I have to have a tired team as well as being beaten? And it just looked like the way they started, they were the better team in extra time. We'd been the better team throughout the second half when we made the changes, but we are very, very tired now, and we are unfortunately not able to sustain the pressure that we had, and we're just going to have to play through now. I think it's time for us to go out the competition. It looks like we are losing this. Unless we can get it to penalties, who knows what's going to happen yet. And it goes into the box. Can we equalise? Come on, boys. And here is Kaneko again. Looks to get down to the byline. And there's a cross. It's hit the crossbar. And it's definitely not going to be our day. And that happened in the first half. And I said when that happened the first time in the first half, where we missed an easy opportunity, was not going to be our day. And there is going to be one last highlight. Is there? The referee has pointed to something. I'm not quite sure what he's pointed to there. I think it's just going to be a throw-in. There is going to be one last highlight, and I'm not quite sure what that was and why there is a highlight. But it looks like we are going out of the competition. We have gone out of the cup, and I'm not happy with the team. If we look at the numbers, we should have won, and I need to tell them that. We were the better team in the second half, but we got tired, and despite what I needed to do, we are out of the cup in the quarterfinal. But like I said, you can't win every competition, and that is the way that it goes sometimes. And we are out, and I'm a bit sad, but let's move on. We have the Champions League to think about, but before that, we have a game against Osaka to think about. But we need to have a look at what's happened in the transfer window since you were last with us. And there were a couple of things that happened. We know about Piros being sold. We brought in Saud Abdulhamid, and he's come in on a free transfer. And he's a very, very good player. He's like a 4.5-star fullback. And we're playing him as a complete wing-back. He wants to play as a complete wing-back. And so we're letting him, experimenting with that at the moment. Didn't work very well today, unfortunately, but has worked in some of the other games that he's played. He's come in on a free. He's done a good job. And hopefully he'll continue to provide us with good cover on that right-hand side. We then brought in Hamza Muali. He is also a fullback. He is a left-back. He's not obviously as good as Saud, but he has 3.5-star potential. We needed to improve at left-back, and hopefully he's going to do that for us. He's out-and-out fullback. He's not going to be inverted in any way, but he is a very, very good player. I think he's got good mentals, and he's got very nice technicals for this level of football. And so I think he's a decent signing. And we're hoping that although they weren't the players that we wanted to bring in, that they will be a good addition to the squad, and they'll do a good job for the squad. But now we have a game to go to away at C. Osaka. This is a game we must win. I don't want to go into any bad runs. I really need the boys to come back and respond after that defeat in the cup. We need to win this. We'll go and get the team ready, and we'll see you before kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And the team for the game against C. Osaka. I'm not very enthusiastic and not very optimistic about this game. I just have an odd feeling we are going into a bad patch. And we have Nagoshi in goal with Abdulhamid, Matsuda, Yokohama and Muali at the back, with Ito, Notsuda and Kaneko in midfield, with Lee Dongwon, Mitsuta and Suzuki up front. I really need a big game from my players up front today. We're lacking a little bit at the back, and so therefore we have to perform up front. And I need to win this game, because at the moment I'm only 11 points clear at the top of the league. And I need to tell them, don't let our good run come to an end. Let's go out there. Let's go and make a difference here. Let's go back to 14 points. Let's put the disappointment of the cup behind us, and let's get 3 points here in the league. But why I'm feeling so pessimistic, I don't know. I am well known for my pessimism in terms of this game, and today though I feel extremely pessimistic, and I don't feel we have a good enough team and a fit enough team to be able to take the points. I'm pretty sure we're going to win the league, but at the moment I don't think we are playing well enough to actually win the games at the moment, and we're going to go into a bad patch. And there's a lot of players that I've got out there who are just simply not playing well enough at the moment, and players, as we know in this game, go through some terrible times, and this is one of them. And the cup defeat was not nice, and I think this is going to hurt even more, as they are playing the ball around quite comfortably, and it does look from this, and this is the key highlights, it does look from this like we are second best, and we're going to have to do something, as they are just taking us apart here, and it's just like we're not even in the game, and we can't get hold of the ball. It's terrible, and I knew it was coming. The referee's checking for offside, but I think that's a goal. I think it's a good goal, and I'm going to ask them now to press, and it is a good goal. I'm going to tell them we have to do a lot better. We have to now go and counter press. We're going to counter. We're going to take the game to them, push the lines up. What they've done so far has been dreadful, and this is not acceptable. And there are just players out there who are not playing. I can't understand why the likes of Muali are not playing. They can't be tired. Abdulhamid, who is like a 4.5-star gem of a signing, is playing absolutely dreadfully at the moment, and this is not acceptable. And we need to be doing a lot better than what we're doing. And I'm wondering, should we now be going into pressing teams? We look a lot better when we're pressing them. Is that a penalty? Can Ito put us back on terms from the penalty spot? I wonder, should we be starting games with this much higher lines, with the pressing mentality and putting pressure on teams? Because at the moment, starting the games as we have been for most of the season, calmly and not pressing and doing anything, is not paying off. Not Suda it is who puts the ball away, and we do seem to change penalty takers quite regularly. It was Ito before, not Suda stepped up, made it 1-1. We're back in the game, and hopefully we can stay in this game now and take the 3 points here. We'll see if changing the system has actually done any good. We are the better team. Our XG is better, although we haven't had hardly any of the possession. Although it is getting a little bit better in terms of the possession. Not a great deal. And I need to be addressing this. I've been disappointed. We've had so little possession, and I think they need to know that, and something has to give here. I think we just might go. Let's go shorter still, and let's try and go keep our passing to almost no distance, no tempo, and let's just try and control the game, slow everything down. We have got the match momentum at the beginning of the second half, and but it is going to be Osaka with the set piece. I have kittens every time there is a set piece, and they have scored, and they've had 2 highlights, and they've scored twice. They've scored from both of them. I'm going to berate the team because this is not good enough. I felt we were going into a bad phase. I'm not happy about this. They've had 2 highlights and they've scored from both of them. We have highlight after highlight after highlight and not score. And this game drives me bonkers sometimes. But we are being defeated at the moment. I need to make some changes. And so I have made my 5 changes and decided to go attacking now. And I've brought on Takada to see if he can make a difference. Suzuki is playing dreadfully at the moment. And it's not working out for us. And it's just that we're playing badly at the moment. We have to just accept that we're going to have times in a season where we play badly. And there's nothing I can do about this. This passing is not working. I'm going to get them to go really higher tempo now and hopefully try and get something out of this game. There's still 18 minutes left. It's still only 2-1, but this is probably the worst run that we've ever had as Hiroshima, losing 2 games on the bounce. Has never happened before since I've been the manager. And am I going to go into the most dreadful of runs here? But with the Champions League coming up, I hope that's not going to be the case. As Osaka are looking to score again, they have a chance. It's gone wide. It was deflected. It's gone out for another set piece. This is their 3rd highlight. Are they going to get their 3rd goal in their 3rd highlight? I really worry about key highlights because every time the opposition do have a highlight, they score. We have tons of highlights and don't score from them. It just seems a little loaded in terms of highlights. And I do worry every time there is a highlight against us. I'm going to go very attacking now. I've got to try and get a point out of this. Nothing has worked. These boys have been absolutely dreadful again. And I'm very annoyed with this team. I'm very annoyed at everything at the moment. We do have a corner, though. Can Mitsuta provide something from the corner? No. It's headed out, comes to nothing. Kaneko tries to get it into the box. Tono can't get on the end of it. We are not good enough at the moment. We will find our form again, I've no doubt. That's the way the game is. But Muali, can he get it into the box? There's a chance we have equalised. I wanted the equaliser. 16-year-old Takada has managed to get us level. And that makes me feel a little bit better. And maybe it's time to play these young boys because Suzuki has been absolutely dreadful up front. And Muali did very well, drove the cross in, and Takada said thank you very much and put it in for his first ever goal for the club. And it is now 2-2, and I'll take a draw at the end of all that. We weren't good enough to win the game, but we've somehow got back into it. I'm not too happy with them. But 2-2 away. And I'm going to say we're disappointed. We should have won the game. Suzuki was poor. When you're not firing up front, it's probably time to give the kids a game. We're now only 12 points clear at the top of the league. Not too happy. But we're doing okay, I guess. We are unbeaten in 7 games. And as I've said before, sometimes I'm a little bit too hard on this team. To be 12 points clear at the top of the league is pretty good. We've got the Champions League starting very soon. I'm going to play the next month off camera, and then we're going to come back for the game against Bashundara Kings in the Champions League, and we'll play against Osaka before that in the J1 League, and hopefully things will have turned around from this pretty disastrous episode that we've had today. I'm really excited about playing in the Champions League, and hopefully we're going to give a good account of ourselves. And that's it for this episode. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content, You love to see people like me suffer playing this game. I can tell you, you're probably in the right place. So if you've got this far, why not drop us a like and even consider subscribing to help push the channel out to new viewers, people who've not yet had the opportunity to watch any of our videos. And all that remains to be said now is stay safe, take care, and hopefully we'll see you in a next episode when we're going to do a little bit better than this one. We will see you soon.